Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be making a envelope flip book. I will not be on for a very long time. I plan on being on for about 35 minutes. I just want to come on live and just give you all of the quick update. With me, I guess not really a real update because I have nothing to update. You already know my current situation. I am planning to move this month, but I figured that we could do some crafting things. So I just want to come on and do that. First, I want to share with you what I have all over my desk, which always is a bunch of junk, but craft junk. I like to be able to just pull things out, but for 2018, once I get into my own craft space, my workstation will be much neater and cleaner. So I have this stamp, and I have a video that will probably come out in February that I already created doing this, but I got these from Target Bullseye Playground, and I just cut around there because there was a lot of excess junk on there, a lot of rubber stamp I didn't need, so I cut that out. And then I got this stamp. I actually am doing a swap with a very good friend of mine, and we're doing theme swapped, and so I got one for myself to play around with and one for her to play around with. The thing about this one is you see how right here and right here it stamps out black or whatever color ink you use. I also cut those off just to make it a little bit easier, and it comes out like this. So good morning, Samara. How are you doing today? Yes, this is probably my only live video for 2018 in January until I move to Texas, so I can finish packing. I've been wanting to craft. I feel like if I put all my craft stuff up, it will be a hard move for me. So I think this will be my only live for this month until I move. I'm just going over a few things. As you can see, this is this stamp. So if you really like this unicorn, of course go out and get it, but you cannot color all of the mane and tail because it will not allow you to do this. And this, I know it's supposed to be a unicorn. Hi Debbie, how are you? Hi Susan, how are you? How's driving, Susan? Are you out on the road? I hope everyone's staying warm. With this one right here, it looks like a horse going to a party. It doesn't really look like a unicorn. This looks like a party hat, but we know it's a unicorn. So I pulled out a few things, so I want to go ahead and get started so I don't waste your time. I pulled out this washi tape, and this washi tape comes from Hobby Lobby. It's in one of those little packs. Well, happy birthday, Debbie. I'll have to make you a card and send it to you. It'll be late, of course, because today's your birthday. But I'll make you a card. Hopefully you like it. This has some roses, some lips, hearts, and this one has some rose gold heart on there. I'm going to be using these foam stickers from the Dollar Tree. I got these little Care Bear things. I think I'm going to pull out some of these pages. Like this one has hearts on there. This also came from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be covering it with some paper from the romantic novel Prima. And then I have these random jewels, along with this little Martha Stewart window clings that I picked up from Ross. And then I have these stickers. Well, happy birthday. A lot of people born in January, huh? Susan, this is some rainbow stickers. I think these are Lisa Frank, but they say rainbow stickers. They look like Lisa Frank. This is from last year, Walmart, and so is this one. But these all came out during Valentine's last year. So this is what I'll be using. And of course I'm going to be using some envelopes. These come from Hobby Lobby. And you all really know how I make these already. I've made a few. But I just figured I can come on for a short time just so you all know that I am still alive and kicking. I was talking to one of my friends today, and well, last night, and it spilled over into today, the conversation. Hey girl, hey. Hey Linda, how are you? Hopefully well. And I was, you know, talking about a situation, and it made me feel better. It just made me feel better to just discuss it and leave it right there. Because you definitely don't want to go into the new year with some craziness going on in your life. Although craziness will always go on. That is so good. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good, Linda. Hope everyone's family is doing well. If you have to get out and about today or this weekend, it's supposed to be warming up here in Mississippi, but I'm not sure about everyone else in your location. I know further up north it's supposed to be more snowstorms. It's 19 degrees here, which is okay, I guess. Water pipes are bursting and things like that, so it's not good. And I'm just folding this over to make a gusset. You don't have to do that. You can always get out your scoreboard. I just don't want to waste a whole bunch of time doing that. I will. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, Linda, it's cold. Yeah, 19 degrees in my opinion is cold, but if it's 19 degrees, I just wish it was some snow on the ground. Because, you know, if it's below freezing in my head, because I did grow up in Texas, if it's, you know, freezing, where's the snow? I will definitely send you my address. I am trying, well, my boyfriend does not want me to receive a lot of mail at the house. He wants me to get a P.O. box, so I'll probably try to get a P.O. box and just give it to everybody or post it somewhere, I don't know. So we're going to use 4 envelopes. Hope everyone can see well. It's cold everywhere. South Carolina, in my opinion, does get cold. It's a warmer climate than, let's just say, Connecticut, but in my opinion, it still gets cold because they get snow, which is cool. I love a place that has all of the seasons. You really want to see snow. Like whenever people say I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, I always want to see snow during Christmas time, but that doesn't happen. And for it to snow in Texas was crazy. Now I folded all of these over. I'm probably going to cut one of the edges off. And since I couldn't find my tape runner, we're going to be using this AdTech little glue thing. One of my least favorites, but we're going to use it anyway. Is -2. Oh my goodness. But you know, Ohio. So I would expect for it to be cold there. Very cold, actually. That's one. I have a friend that lives in Ohio. He's a guy. He doesn't craft. I have a few friends actually from Ohio. They don't live there anymore. But I think a lot of people move from those locations because of the weather. I was watching the news yesterday morning, and the weather guy was like, you don't move to the south for cold weather, you move for warm. But it's cold there. So right now what I'm doing is I've just attached this here, and you can see when you fold it over, you want to make sure that it is as even as possible so that it will fit in properly when you fold your book over. Yeah, I you know, after living in a few places, when I went to Canada, you know, in my head, of course, I thought it was going to be really cold there, but it was a very nice temperature. We went in August, I believe. September, August sometime, I think. It was really nice, but at nighttime, of course, it gets cold, really cold. And so what I've been doing lately is I've been turning these books around like this, but today I'm just going to make them all go in one direction. Yeah, Florida is the one that I'm very surprised about. I saw Samara put 42 degrees and she's like, it's cold. I was like, that's not really cold, but for Florida, it is cold. It is definitely cold for Florida. So I'm just attaching this here. And I'm going to varnish it down some. just to make sure that we are good to go. And making sure that we can fold over properly is always a good thing. And yes, we can. So now, see, that's why you don't have to really yeah, they had snow. Oh my goodness, that is just crazy. But I mean, Mother Nature, we definitely haven't been doing well on how we treat the environment. You know, a lot of wastefulness, junk we've been doing. We only have one earth, so we have to keep that in mind. Try our best to recycle and things like that. I actually plan on having a garden, over the ground garden, when I get to Texas. I want one at least. We'll see. I don't have a green thumb though. Hi, Ruth. I love snow. I really want snow, but you know, I'm not gonna get it. So right now what I'm going to do is cut this one off, because what I want to do is just have it like this. I don't want to fold over. So I'm just going to cut this one off. Now if I would have connected it to do like this, which is what I've done in the past. I don't have one over here. Yes, I do. I've been doing this, but instead I made it all go one direction. Let me show you this one really quickly. This is still a work in progress, or a whip as I call it, but this is a minion themed one. I just need to get some minion sand. So this is how this one looks. It has little pockets and everything in there. A little tuck spot over here. So I'm slowly working my way up to actually making a junk journal, just not junk journal format. I've just been experimenting with things to get me ready, because I feel like once I get on this book making kick, this junk journal, cinching, all this stuff, my old ways may go to, the old things that I like to do may fall out the window a little bit. So I'm just cutting along this fold, the natural fold of the envelope. I know it's cold, but I do plan on getting out the house today. I don't want to get, I don't want to stay in, but I just need to run like some real life adult errands, you know, make a few stops and get a few things. I still have to reserve the U-Haul. Actually, I'm not going to get a U-Haul. I'm going to get a Penske. I have to reserve the Penske truck. I have to reserve hotel room for myself. My aunt is coming here to help me drive back to Texas. And then, as you can see, all this beautiful stuff on my desk, I still need to finish packing up. But I feel like I'll do that closer as the time gets near for me to actually move. So this is going to be a 4 fold out. This will probably be the first time I don't actually stuff this pocket, because it's kind of like the door or the window to getting into there. So maybe it'll be like a little tag or something. But now I want to open up this Romance Prima paper, and I want to say, I don't know if I bought this from Blitzy or if I got this from Hobby Lobby. Usually it's either Blitzy or Hobby Lobby, unless someone gifts it to me. But since it's romance, I figured that it would be a cute little Valentine's Day project, and I'm just having some trouble pulling this off. I know why they do it, but I wonder why they have to make it so sticky. And what I've been trying to do is preserve these things, since I have my cinch tool, to have some cardstock to make the back or front, and just glue it down a little, glue a piece of paper on there. Oh, okay, yes, so I bought this one. Thanks, Ruth. So I got this one from Hobby Lobby, and I probably got it on sale, because you know when they have those blowouts. So I think that's a pretty good price to pay instead of $5.99, $3. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through, if I can even open the thing up. Very nice. And look at this one. You can definitely cut this out and make an envelope. Did you see this? This is really cool. You can cut this out and make an envelope, and put some of these little things in there, which is really good for flip books, in my opinion. I have been kind of cheating lately. What I've been doing is just I definitely see. I'm not a big, oh my goodness, I am not a big font person, you know, alphas and all that. But in this instance, since it's not for me, I like to try to keep everything that I'm going to be using. So let's see. I don't want it to be over the top pink, but I do want it to be primarily those colors. So I'm going to pull out some papers. The good thing about paper pads, I always say this, is that they do coordinate fairly well because they're in one paper pad. This is starting to look grungy a little bit because there's not a lot of pink pages. And I want to preserve some of these little pieces, like this piece right here. I want to preserve that. So I'm going to have to get a little bit creative with my cutting. If anyone is watching live and I haven't been commenting on your videos or what, or posting notes and liking, I'm going to try to catch up on all of the videos that I've missed over the last couple of months. I have not been feeling my normal self. I've been under the weather, which usually happens for me, it seems like, at the end of every year going into the new year. And my little one was sick, so some of that went by the wayside. Some videos I have watched just didn't get a chance to make a comment because I'm watching on my TV versus on my cell phone. And now that he's gotten older, he's very, very demanding of electronics. He does not like for me to have my own cell phone anymore. He wants to use my phone and play on it and all the other stuff. I'm quite sure that comes with the territory of little people thinking that they run and own everything. I'm just going to go back over this and fold this down and varnish it a little bit more because it needs it. We don't want those things to come up. I am going to be using wet glue today on some of this project in honor of Ruth Inkwell. I saw another lady use wet glue, but I've learned to like wet glue because of Ruth. Been learning a few tips, tricks. So let's see. My next attempt at a craft project is going to be a waterfall. See, it still wants to fold in like that because now that's just me. A waterfall card. I really want to try that. I'm going to be using some of this pink paper as well from the Cardstock Warehouse Paper Company, and this was $1.99. I got it from Tuesday Morning. If you have a Tuesday Morning near you, or you have people that send you things from Tuesday Morning, ask them to give you some some of these papers. It's really a decent paper in my opinion. Okay. All right, and now what I am going to do is I'm going to be bold, everyone. I'm going to be very bold, and I'm going to be bold. Lots of postage. I see why Ruth likes this so much. Has all of her favorite things on there. I'm going to just tick off the edge with a pen or a pencil. All right, because whenever I try to measure this out and cut it properly, I always screw it up for whatever reason. I always just mess this up, so I don't want to do that. You're gonna use my Fiskars cutting board, and if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that I talk about this thing a lot, and I'm not getting paid for it. But if a representative from Fiskars wants to give me some of their money, I would love to do that. I think it's a great cutting board. Compared to the other ones that I have been using, or the other one I've been using, this one does fabulous. And it has a little guide on there that helps you cut a better straight line. Right here, that little metal piece, it just works fabulous in my opinion. It has a lot of little guides on there that I hadn't even paid any attention to before. This is $30 at Michael's. Of course, use a coupon. I did not get a chance to use a 60% off coupon because I wasn't thinking properly, so I only got a chance to use a 50. But 15 is still better than 30. And I think these blades are universal, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And I'm just kind of eyeballing all of this to cut down and trim how I need it to trim. I just need to remember what my eyeballs are telling me to do. So, is everyone staying in today? Or you're gonna go out and brave the weather like me? A lot of places here are closed. It was a water main break. A pipe burst. And it supplies a lot of the water for the areas in Jackson. So a lot of the places, businesses are closed. So we're going to put these to the side. All these little scraps. I am a scrap hoarder, so I like to keep my scraps. I'm going to be trying to work on some ephemera at some point, but we will see. Alright, so we got these all cut down, and we only have 4 because we're going to put these pink pages in there with some stamps on there. So I want this to be the first page that the recipient sees. So this is how I want it to be, just like this. And I did not cut it down short enough, which is fine. I have some scissors handy. No big deal. And I'm going to round the corners, even though they're not really needed to be rounded, but love is in the air, right? So I'm going to round some corners and move on from there. So there we are with this. And I am going to be using some wet glue. The only reason why I want to use I want to mix up a lot of things because I don't have my tape runner, and I don't feel like messing around with this tear tape that much. So some pieces I will use wet glue, and some places I'll use tape runner, and some places I'll use tear tape. Since this is going to be the cover of it, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Do you run out? What is your craft tool that you run out of the most? I would say for me, the thing that I lose or misplace or run out of the most is definitely tape. The double-sided tape. So that's one thing that always eludes me. Like, I wanted to try to grab as much stuff as I could. Good morning, Bobby. Debbie, you going to AC Moore? Oh my goodness. I would love a AC Moore in Texas and San Antonio. Whenever they post stuff, I was like, I always put, I wish it was an AC Moore here. Because I know a couple of years ago they said that they were going to go online. Even if they had an online store, I would love that. Glue, Ruth, you run out of glue a lot because you are like the glue queen. You use glue wonderfully on a lot of your projects. So I have to keep that next time I send out some mail. All right, so this is going to be the front when the person opens this up, and see it just wants to fold in, so we're going to let it do as it wishes. But this will be the front. And let me put one on the back. Just like that. And I need to trim down one sliver of paper, but I think I'm going to put this typewriter there. Thank you so much, Ruth. I appreciate that. I'm going to put this one little sliver, cut off a sliver. I'm going to cut this side. These are my favorite scissors. My son grabbed them from off the table because I have my craft table in the living room, even though I thought I had secured them properly. He grabbed them and stuck them inside of a grape. So he took the point and stuck it in a grape. They use scissors at the daycare. They do a lot of arts and crafts things at the school that he goes to. So he sees his teachers using the scissors and things like that. But my scissors are not child friendly at all. They're definitely, you know, adult use only. Look at this tip. You can definitely hurt yourself if you're not careful. So when he sees me, he's like proud of his thing that he's doing, because, you know, it is something that he thinks is okay to do, since he sees a lot of people using scissors, but it's not. So I have to take them from him, you know, and tell him why it's not okay, even though he doesn't understand why it's not okay yet. I still like to try to reinforce that with him. I was just like, why would you do that? And I was like, yeah, because everyone's using scissors around you, so of course you're gonna want to use scissors. All right, and my little sliver, I did not cut enough off. You would have thought I had, right? Let's see. I can't even make it work. All right. Just gonna cut another sliver off. I really do like Prima paper. I like all the fancy paper, but I don't like the fancy prices that go along with it. So, yeah. I normally don't get fancy paper unless it's on sale or someone's having like a great D-stash. And you guys, you should be so proud of me. I haven't bought a D-stash in a long time until like 2 days ago. Someone was selling something that I could not resist. I had to get it. But I'm trying not to do that because Michael's right now seems to have their hands all in my account with all those cool things that they're bringing out. But of course the Michael's where I live does not have the latest and greatest of anything. It takes, if you get it today, it's going to take me like a week and a half, 2 weeks to see it at the local Michael's where I live. So I'm hoping, since I'm going to Texas and a lot of the, you know, Michael's is Texas based, I'll be able to see some real action when I get back. All right, so this is how it's looking so far, front and back. And I just wanted these because you see the two typewriters. I thought that would be cool. I know the hot buys, the new hot buys, that what is it called? The Rose Garden, whatever it's called, is so beautiful. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is I am going to put these on here just like that. And I like that this craft paper and this paper that I'm actually using looks like it was meant to be together. It was meant to be. So I'm just going to cut that down. English Rose. Yes, English Rose. I really like that one. So I'm going to grab a few of those paper pads. But what I've noticed is that sometimes I don't get the hot buy paper pads that, well, I don't. The store here, because I don't own it. But the store here doesn't get the hot buy paper pads that everyone else gets. Like it's one out called Teenage Dream that never came here in this location. And I noticed someone said, well, Wonder and Dream of 555 said that she never saw the mermaid paper come to the store where she lives. So I guess that's why they do have some of the paper pads online. If you really feel like you have to go and get them, you can always go online. The thing is, no one wants to spend $20 on a hot buy when they sell them for $5 and $5.99. You know, you can get 4 pads for the price of 1 if you really want that hot buy. Okay, so I'm going to glue these down. Have you all started buying or pulling out your Valentine's Day stuff yet? I know a lot of people was like, December 26th, it's time for Valentine's Day stuff. I think that I'm just going to just craft whatever I want to craft. Whatever season hits me, whatever holiday, whatever, I'm going to just craft like that. Because I really want to make some Halloween stuff. So that's probably what I'll be doing when I get to Texas, making Halloween stuff. I really want to go to a few thrift stores in Houston, not actually San Antonio, but Houston. They have a bigger selection than the ones here. I can't wait to see that. And whatever you don't want, Ruth, just let me know. You know, I'll give you my address if you need it. I'm just joking. Kinda. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, I'm really joking. I don't need any Valentine's Day stuff. I bought some stickers. They have beautiful stickers at the Dollar Tree. They have I haven't seen any of the name brand stuff like everyone's showing American Crafts. I haven't seen any of that stuff. I'm quite sure Dollar Tree has teamed up with them because you know those stamps that they had a while back, the 3 bird stamps. You know, 3 birds posted, you know, you can get this stuff and they have those stickers. 3 birds is actually making product for the Dollar Tree, so I'm sure that's probably what's going on with American Craft. Hi Jackie, how are you today? Hopefully you're doing well, staying warm. I'm here. I am doing much better than I probably sound. I'm doing great. So much so that I want to come on and do a process with you all. But I won't be on here very long. Well, I said 30 minutes. So I have 30, I said 30 to 45 minutes. I'm not going to stay on here a long time because it's early. You guys need your coffee. You need to get breakfast. If you have kiddos that you need to tend to and things like that, I don't want to hold you up. I bet. I hope you're staying warm. You're taking a train, Jackie? If so, hopefully you have some hot hands in your possession to keep you warm. I think that's what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to make everyone a scarf and mail it out to you all, just in case you need it. So I have to work on that once I get to Texas as well. I'm just trimming a small amount off right here, because if not, it's going to drive me bananas. So this is how the book is going to look. So this is the outside, the front, and back. When you open it up, it looks like this. And now I pulled out this pink paper, but I think what I'm going to do is go back into the collection and get some letters. Some of these letters, right? Whenever I can find them. These two. Thank you so much. And go ahead and trim these down. So what I'm going to try and attempt to do is this. So you'll have the big letters, then you'll have pink, because we still need the pink in there. Then we're going to have the little letters, and we're going to have some pink in there. And I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing with the pink, because I have some pulled out some stamps to stamp out with. Okay. Alrighty, so here we go. This is the part that I think takes up a lot of crafters' time. Well, mine I know is, you know, the prep work, and I wanted to, I guess if you're doing a process video, you have to show the prep work. You can't not show the prep work. Right? Because if you don't show your prep work, then if someone wants to follow along and do this with you, how can they? So I'm just going to go a little bit in instead of trying to make 2, 3, 4 cuts. I'm going to try that and see how it works. If not, I'll just redo it. It is paper, but I don't like to waste the paper. Not on foolishness, at least. So I cut that lengthwise versus the other way, and I hope that I didn't cut too much off. We'll try another one just to make sure. I think these flip books that I make like this are probably, in my opinion, a lot easier. You know, I always tell you all that washi tape is really not for holding things down unless you have the duct tape or the duck brand, things like that, because washi tape is really just to hold easy things down in place, not big things down in place. Okay, so this is another reason why I do not like the triangle fold envelope. You'll hear me say that forever, as long as I make flip books using a triangle fold envelope, because the other envelopes are, you know, square or rectangle, and it's a lot easier to cover up. But that's okay. So we got that. We got this one. All right, so we're doing good. We're in the money right now. We're in the money. All right, so I'm going to round these corners. I think I tend to like the 1-inch corner rounder versus the 1/2-inch corner rounder. You can pick these up from Target. That's where I got mine from. They were on sale though. And then also Walmart has them. Walmart and Target have them in large sets, you know, 2 sets, and I believe individual. If you're going out, I think Hobby Lobby has punches 40% off this week, but I mean, that's not really a good deal considering you can use a 40% off coupon. But you know, what do I know? So right now, this is why it's important to make sure that you cut your paper properly, because you cannot glue this side. You have to glue your envelope. So if I were to glue my paper, I would put a glue strip here, and I need this pocket open because I want to put things in there for the recipient. So that's why it's very important that you remember where you cut your paper. If you're going to use glue, wet glue, or whatever type of glue, it's very, very important that you know where you put this glue at. And this is one of the reasons why I actually do enjoy using the tape right here, tape runner, whatever kind of tape, is because I can make sure that my pockets are going to be not exposed, you know, covered up properly. They're going to be covered up properly, and I don't have to worry about that. With the glue, sometimes the seepage is something that you need to be concerned about, and that's a problem as well. And so now I'm just going to put this down. You can put all your tape down first if you like. I like to check and make sure that I put it on properly, because I tend to screw things up a lot when it comes to gluing things down. So this is something that I have to make sure that I'm doing properly, or else it'll be a lot of pulling up and replacing and pulling up and replacing. I really don't want to do that. And you know, if anyone ever sees anything from me that's been cut or whatever, you already know that it's going to be crooked. I have to place something down. Nothing's ever going to be like super straight when it comes to getting a craft project from me. I try as best as possible. I think the harder I try to make it straight, the more crooked it appears to be. Alright, so we're going to just put this down just like that, and now we're going to varnish it on. I am not an Apple person, but I love this print. It does look old and vintagey, and I guess it just takes me to my mom. She played a lot of hidden object games, and so those would be like, and she played like creepy hidden object games, not the fun nice things. It was all about someone being kidnapped or murdered or something like that. So this is something that she definitely was into. Now what I'm going to do is, which I'm not, you all know I'm not a huge fan of this, but I am going to, well, I like doing it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm going to pull out this liquid shoe polish. I got this from the Dollar Tree, influenced by Roots Inkwell. These are not the same size, so I can't cheat and do them all at one time. The thing about edging your paper is that sometimes it will cut it up. Make sure you have a good go at it, and I wish this was the brown one. I don't have my brown close by, so I'm gonna ink these up. I was thinking that this was brown for some strange reason. I'm not sure why. And I'm only inking these up because they are plain pink paper. They don't have any designs on them yet, so they need to have a little bit of oldness added to it. I hope everyone understands that. And I'm doing the same thing with this one. Okay. Alright. So that was really quick and easy. And I think I told you all this in the video that hasn't been released yet. I am going to be doing like a Dollar Tree series, Dollar Project series, not necessarily just from the Dollar Tree, but I'm going to be doing a lot of inexpensive, fun craft projects made with only Dollar Tree items, besides like the scissors and glue, because some things you cannot skimp on, and I don't like the Dollar Tree scissors that they sell right now. I bought a pair because they were a pretty color, and they're not great. They're not great scissors at all. But they do sell those Betty Crocker scissors there, which I use to cut just about everything up except for food. So you can use those Betty Crocker scissors that they have, which are awesome. Let's see. I was able to pick up, I went to Dollar Tree, I was able to pick up, I ran out of tape. Can you believe that? I'm so happy. Normally I would pause the video and dig around and find some tape. But you can't do that when you're on real time, right? So I'm going to pull out this double-sided tape that I picked up from Tuesday Morning last year. And it's a little bit wider, so I'm going to have to definitely be careful of that. It feels thick, really thick, so definitely have to be cognitive of that. And let's see if I can tear it easily. If not, we'll pull out the scissors. Yep, it still tears fairly easy. And let's see. I think I need one more strip. This is some thick tape, huh? Goodness. Alright. I do like for my projects to stick. I have sent things to people where I trusted one strip of something or one strip of that, and it made it there, but all of it was not together. I can only blame the post office for some things not arriving properly, but the workmanship and the quality is definitely mine. Now, if it's broken, like I said, it's mishandled, but not the adhesive portion. Alright, so we're going to varnish that down as well. Okay. Now we're going to go here. We're going to put these small letters and numbers and all kinds of keystrokes. Some of you probably took typing in high school or middle school. I took typing in middle and high school. I'm going to have to trim this down just a little. Emma, let's see. Fold over. Fold over. Back in the day, yes, I want to still have to trim it down. You know, typing was not for, it wasn't a unisex skill. It was only for women, because women were only the people that, you know, took notes and worked as secretaries and things like that. But now you see a lot of old school things more unisex, which is great. We are making strides, just very slow strides. Okay, so here we go right here. And Nicholas heard something open, so he thought it was for him, but it's not. This tape smells really bad though. It has a pungent odor to it, so maybe that's why he's over here. He knows something I don't know about it. I'm gonna do one more strip just for good measure. It's really sticky. I did not want to pull out the red line because red line is super awesome. Like, you cannot make any goof ups. It will not let you. And even though I put this on crooked, I'm just going to go with it instead of trying to pull it up. Gonna cut that little piece off. You see that little strip, that sliver? I'm gonna cut that off really quickly. And then we're going to go on to this last spot, and we're gonna do this one. All right. I think that I am going to go to AC Moore this year. I think that I'm going to convince my big roommate for a vacation that we need to go to Virginia and visit his family. And while he and the baby are hanging out with his cousins, I'm going to go to AC Moore and Michael's and all those other craft stores. They even have a Hobby Lobby. When I lived in Virginia before, they didn't have a Hobby Lobby. They only had a AC Moore, Joann Fabric, Michaels. But that's a long time ago when I lived there. Circuit City was still in business. So that tells you how long ago it was. Alright, so I have varnished all of these down, and I'm going to give it another good varnishing in a few minutes. But this is the front. Hi Don, how are you today? This paper pad is called Romantic Novel, and you can pick it up at Hobby Lobby. And I think they have paper on sale this week. I'm not sure, but I will go and let you know. Let me know if you can't find it, okay? And I'll try to get one for you and mail it out. But it probably won't be until February once I get settled in. So this is the front. This is the back. When you open up, it looks like this. I really like this because it's like all clusters, but it's on one sheet. I'm trying to learn how to do this. Wish me luck. Then when you open it up, it looks like that. So now what we're going to do is, just like this book I showed you, these little pockets, that's what I'm going to do now on these two pages. These two pages. I am going to cut this in half. Not in half. Just cut it down. So I need to cut it down just a little bit more. Oh my goodness. And cut this down some right here. And now I'm going to take this, round all of the corners. If you never use a corner rounder, don't be like me. I just kind of just put it in and do it, and then it's wrong. Make sure you actually follow your guideline right there and do it. I just turn it over so I can see what I'm doing a lot better. And now I'm going to go back in to the book. And what we're doing two things. We are covering up this little line right here, so no one will ever know that it was a lined piece, and also we're just prepping it to make it coordinated and matching. Now we're going to do the same thing with this, but we're going to put pink on this one, okay? And I did not cut it down short enough, and this is where the glue will come in to play. And I am using the Dollar Tree embellishment glue that Elemental Designs has me hooked on. Nicholas, cut that out, please. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze it out as best as possible. Mine has a clog in it. It's clogged up a little bit because I hadn't been using it in a while. And you really should, once you clean it, you need to clean your glue. You've been trying to find one of these or this? I don't know what you're saying. You said you've been trying to find something. The corner rounders, Jackie? So I'm just using the glue, and you notice that I'm not putting it close to the edge. Oh, the corner rounder. I got mine from Target, but my Walmart sells them as well. I will I don't plan on going to Target today, but I may go to Walmart. If I go to Walmart, I'll message you on Instagram if I find one. Excuse my shakes. I shake sometime in the morning. Don't be alarmed. I'm okay. You got a corner rounder because of me? These things are amazing. They are awesome. You need a corner rounder in your life. You really do. If you don't have a corner rounder and you have the envelope punch board, you can also use that because it lets you round your corners as well. So now what I'm doing is I'm just putting in a little slip in here. As I've been crafting, I would like to say that I think that my crafting has gotten a little bit better and my brain is opened up to more options because of all the people that I have been associated with. So thank you all. You've all influenced me a lot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm going to cut all of this off right here and go back and round my corners one more time on this guy. I'm just cutting it off. These scissors though, yes, everyone needs a corner rounder in their life. These scissors, these are Paper Studio. These are probably the coolest little lightweight scissors that cut extremely well. They're non-stick scissors, so you're supposed to be able to cut tape and stuff up and not you know, have any issues. I haven't had any issues. Like I said, my son stuck it in a grape and I was able to wipe it off and keep it moving. As the other scissors, I'm not going to even say the company. They are not that good when you think about it. I do have some Scotch scissors. Target had them on sale. I bought another pair because I like Scotch. Some brands you know are going to be good brands just by the name associated with them. If you you know, if you follow or trust in some brands, you know that they're going to be good. And so I'm just trying to squeeze out as much as possible without having to fix this. You can fix the hole with if you make jewels and you know the head pins, you can just stick a head pin in there, or you could use a needle, a small thin needle, to clean it out, clean out that track. They also have these at Joann Fabric. It's 6 in there for $7 or whatever. I think it's 6 in there, and they have the needle head pin, so you can get those instead of ordering it from overseas like I did. But this was 89 cents, I think. But it's supposed to be like tattoo ink, but I'm using glue. All right. So here we are with this, and we are applying this down. We're going to let this dry while we mess around with some pink paper on this side. And we already have some of this paper that we already cut up from earlier, and that's the good thing about keeping and using your scraps. You don't have to keep cutting up your papers. You can just go back in and do that like that. I also want to try and use my tab punch board, but I don't think we're going to do that on this live stream because I don't want to be on here forever. I want, you know, I just want to come on and let you guys, well, ladies, know that I am doing okay. Everything is great. I'm moving. I have videos that I recorded last year to cover for me while I get settled into home life, stay-at-home mom life, no job life for a while. I will be going to school in the fall for what I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I want to do teaching or graphic design. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, both of y'all, Jackie and Don. I really appreciate that. So we're gonna do this like this, and I need this over here again so we can make this paper look a little bit like it matches the paper collection. I think that's also the beauty of plain paper. it may not match the collection like you want it to, but it will match. I'm just going to set this to the side, let it dry a little bit before I put more wet on the paper, because this shoe polish is wet. Again, I got this from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Trees near me don't sell shoe polish like this. They sell that in the can that you have to pull out and polish your shoes with. So I was really excited when I saw this. Probably a little bit too excited for a dollar shoe polish. But hey, that's just me. And so I'm going to pick this side to put glue on. I don't want it to have too much on there. And now we're just going to go down these edges again. Over here holding my breath. Alright, so I'm just going to pull this down. And this one's a bit messy. I didn't want it to be that messy. I just wanted to connect. Alright. Alrighty, so here we go with this one. Again, you have to be very careful because this is an open on your envelope. So you need to be careful when you do that it does not seal your envelope off. And while that is drying, we're going to go over here and do this one. Now we're just picking a side, and we're going to pick this side to use and this side to glue. Okay. I'm not sure if you all research your craft projects a lot, but I do. And whenever I tell Ruth that, she's like, sometimes you just got to do it. So the next project that I do, it probably won't be here, but it'll definitely be a non-research project, a non-thought out in my head project. I'm just going to grab some papers, sit down somewhere and try it. And of course, I may not record the video because sometimes taking a walk on a wild side needs to be experienced alone first and then share it later. So now I'm just going to go and varnish each side down. I really like this contrasting colors right there. And I like the big versus the little, which is really cool. And then this back side. So now, again, this is the front. This is the back. When the person that's going to get this opens it up, it'll look like this. And then this will be on the inside of that project. Because I have been trying to be a little bit diligent about putting things up and packing them. I don't have my stamp block, the small stamp block, but we're going to be using this corset and these shoes, and we're going to stamp these out somewhere on these pink papers. Thank you so much. I am not a teacher, Jackie. I want to be one. You don't need a degree. In Texas, you need a teaching certificate. But the problem that I have is that I have a degree already, but it's not in education. It is in business administration. So in order to do a gap or a bridge program, you have to go to school in Texas and do a few things. Now, if I was just going to some random spot, I probably could give them my credentials and they will let me teach, because you can go and be a substitute teacher with less hassle. I am going to step away from my desk for about half a minute. I got ink on my hands and I need to get that off. and I don't have my baby wipes close by, so I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, so I wouldn't mind teaching arts and crafts at a location, but I still feel like I need to have some formal education. Like I need to take a few arts and craft classes, because I don't want to be like this thingamabob and this and that. I want to actually use proper terminology when you're teaching people and getting paid to do it. I feel like you should have a little bit more knowledge. If I were doing it for free at, like, say if I volunteered at a local library where all the supplies were provided for me, I think that would be a lot different. But since I do want to make this something that I can get income from, I feel like I need to be formally trained. So that is my goal. And we're going to use this corset because I like it. Whenever I think of Prima, I always think that Prima probably looks into some Parisian location and gets stuff from there. So that is what we're going to be doing, because even this has like postal, you know, it is that. Jackie, you do great crafts. What do you mean? I'm not professional. Are you serious? Are you serious, Jackie? I'm definitely not professional. Good grief. I've only been doing this since 2016, like paper crafting. So you do excellent. Don't even do that to yourself. This year we're going to speak positivity into our everything. Yep. I don't even get paid by YouTube for making these videos, so I definitely not getting paid by anybody. But I love the interaction that I have with everyone that I craft with. I love that. I'm digging out some ink. I'm going to use this Memento because I don't want to use the archival ink. See, Debbie is the teacher. That's who you talk to. And Debbie does awesome stuff as well. She creates, I think Debbie is the shabby chic lady on YouTube, right? Because I saw your stuff and I was just like, oh, so pretty. So pretty. Yeah. All of her stuff is, like, all the lace and stuff. Like, I like to buy the lace, not to use it, just to look at it and be like, this is nice. This will look good on a project. Not actually use. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do a second generation stamp, because I don't want the stamp to be potent. Is that yeah? I don't want it to be deep, heavy, but I want to make sure I stamped it out first. All right, so let's see. And see, this is the problem with Memento, in my opinion. Sometimes it comes out bubbled. You can see that. And I've used this stamp before, so I don't know. It doesn't need to be conditioned. You all know I don't really like to condition it, so I'm going to go ahead and stain my stamp, I guess, with this archival ink, because it's going to do what I need it to do, hopefully. And if not, you know, I don't plan on getting rid of my stamps anytime soon. Not this stamp, at least. And again, I'm just stamping it on here first. Ooh, that's ugly. Let's try it again. VersaFine. You know, someone else said that they use VersaFine, but I have so many stamp pads that I've bought from D-Stashes and all this stuff. I just want to try to get rid of them first before I commit to one stamp. I hope that makes sense. All right, so this is the gold that I'm looking for. This one, even though I didn't stamp this one out good, you see how it's like faded out a little bit? That's a second generation, and that's what I want. I want a second generation stamp on these two right here. And then I'm going to put the feet down there. So I just need to re-ink this baby up. And try it one more time. I will be working on a tag punch, not a tag punch, a tab flip pad, thanks to Dawn, the one that she gifted me. So I have to go over and stalk her channel a little bit to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, and this is what I want to be on there. You see, it's very faint, but if you look at this, like all these kind of look old and vintagey a little bit, and that's what I want that stamp to do. Nicholas, what are you doing, dude? That cat. If anyone would like a slightly used cat, let me know. Oh, coffee thing. You know, I am the one I want to make is probably going to be for myself. No, I think I'm going to do well, you'll see. You'll see. Because a lot of the projects that I've been working on, as you all will notice, they are surprise projects for just people that support me, and I don't want to tell anyone who it's for. You should use foam under the paper. Okay, I will definitely do that next time. I usually use a cushion, yet a foam, but you know, not this time. All right. So yes, this is definitely how I wanted it to look. I did not want it to be clear and concise. I wanted it to look like it was faded out a little bit. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to y'all. So while that's drying, I am going to wipe off my stamp and get the peel out. If I can find out what I did with this thing. I got the stamp set from Tuesday morning. Although I can't find it right now. I just had it. Oh, right in my face. Well, I think I got it, or maybe I got it in D-Stash, but it was $2.99. So thank you, Marjorie. Good morning. How are you doing today? I will not be putting a Paris stamp on there because I don't want to put that on there. I like these boots. I have another one that I actually I went and found and bought. But they are, I think they're Graphic 45 as well. I really, really like it. And I'm going to try and do like a vintage theme stamp session one day. Probably in March. Because by March, most all the videos, I have a lot of videos that I need to release. So since I'm doing it live, I won't release another video today. I'll probably release that one tomorrow. And then I have to release some Happy Mail videos that I've received to post up. And again, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Oh yeah, Eiffel Tower would look good. I only pulled out a few stamps, Jackie, because I don't have a lot available. I've put most of my stamps up. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stamp this out as well. What I've been doing, which is really bad, I've packed up a lot of stuff, but I've been digging in my supplies, pulling random junk out to play with. Not good at all. I'm just supposed to be packing up, and here I am still playing with my stuff. But I promise you that if you don't hear from me after January the 25th or something like that, that's because my boyfriend has come here and I didn't pack up and he's killed me. I have to stop playing. Yes, crafting does keep me sane. That's the same thing that Dayton's grandma, Linda, said that is really cool. She says -9. Did she say -9? Horrible. I like the cold though. Okay, Jackie. Yeah, I just don't, I want him to come here and the house is packed up and everything's good to go. I do not want our child to grow up without a mother and a father because I was crafting and didn't pack. Most of it's packed. I would say I can't even say most of it, but I feel like a good portion of it is packed up and ready to go. I just need to put all this stuff up. I think I have about 30 more boxes to go. Maybe 20, 30 boxes. Because my problem is I've been sorting as packing. I just need to pack the junk up. Good morning, Fiona. How are you today? Yes, done. I am hoping so. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and move on from here. But I told you all that I was only going to do 30 minutes of crafting, and I've been on for over 30 minutes. I've been on for about an hour. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pack, and then when I get to where I'm going to actually sort. So that's the game plan for this weekend. Is just go ahead and pack it up so I can stop feeling so bad for not doing what I keep saying I'm going to do, which is pack it up. Thank you so much. I want to just show you guys, ladies, I keep calling you guys, ladies, a real quick overview, and the recipient, if she does videos, she may do a video for this. If not, maybe she won't. But this is the front and this is the back. I'll probably leave all of these 2 pages plain tomorrow. And then on the inside it looks like this. This one's my favorite page, just because it's so busy and simple. And then on the inside you'll see me do this. And so right now what we have is a pocket here, we have a pocket here, and we have a pocket here. I'm not going to put anything in this one. I'll probably just put some tags in there with some sayings. And then each one of these actually have little pockets as well. So right here, right here, right here, and right here. The paper pad that I used is from Prima, and it is called Romantic Novel, and I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. It retails for $6. Okay, so I want to say thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciated hanging out with you this morning. Felt like old times, kinda. But it was actually more defined of what I was going to be doing today, versus me just getting on and just rambling. I actually had a plan. We attacked it. My goal was to show anyone that doesn't know how to make a flip book, the flip book process, and that's what we've done. And we did a little bit of, what is it called? Covering it up. So thank you all for watching. I truly, truly enjoyed it. Happy crafting.